Hello and welcome to Alliance Gaming, the official YouTube channel for the World of Tanks clan Silent Alliance. With this, with Alliance Gaming, we will be doing several tutorials of tanks, a lot of gameplay footages from not only World of Tanks but from other games as well. I am Kate Brown. I am the founder and commanding general of the Silent Alliance. First couple things I want to do is, first I want to apologize. You might see the banditcam.com watermark up here up top. This is the unregistered version. I don't have the finances as of right now to get rid of that, but when I do, I will look at getting a licensed version. So we'll eliminate two things. We'll eliminate this watermark. Also, I have our clan emblem right here. Because of that, I will have to, at least for now, do these videos in parts, because I can only do about 10 minutes of recording at a time, unlike with the registered version where I should be able to do longer stretches of videos at a time. So that's my apologies to start out with. So we will jump into the Tiger 2, or abruptly named as the King Tiger. It was one of the most advanced and most feared tanks at the later end of World War II, though not many of them were produced. They had a lot of mechanical issues, but when they were working, they were to be feared by Allies and Russians alike. It's kind of, in my opinion, is kind of like a morphed version. From this view, you can see a lot of characteristics in the body of the Tiger tank, at least in the chassis, and on the front part you can see a few characteristics of the Panther. As you can see, it has a very long gun. It's kind of hard to see with the crew there. They kind of tell. Long gun. We'll get into that here in a second. Let me get the camera here to a spot. There we go. Well, we'll get it here. You can see the tank a little bit better. There we go. Here's a few of the characteristics. I'm looking over here. It's 1,600 hit points. It weighs about 74 tons. Its top engine has 700 horsepower, which allows it to go 38 km/h. Turret just first speed is 28. The front of the hull here has 150 millimeters of armor, while the sides and the rear of the tank have only 80 millimeters of armor. The turret has 185 millimeters of armor in the front, while the sides and rear have, again, only 80 millimeters. We are going to go quickly into the gun. This tank is fully equipped. The gun is the 105 KWK L68. Looking at the characteristics, like I said, 105 millimeters. It only fires 5.77 rounds a minute, which is not bad. Here, average penetration for armor piercing is 255. For APCR, it's 285, and for the high explosive, it is 60. While as the damage for both armor piercing and ACPR are 320, but for HE, if you can pen it, is 420. Its accuracy is 0.34 at 100 meters, so it's a highly accurate gun. It has a 2.5 aim time, which is pretty good for a tier 8 tank. And also, it is not just compatible with the Tiger 2. It can also be put on the Mini-Moss or the 4502 OFFS P and the E75. In fact, the E75 is my next tank in this line, but as you can tell, I have quite a ways to go. I was going to show you the radio statistics. It has a view range of its own of only 390 meters, which is not bad for a heavy tank of its quality. With help from allies, its signal range can go up to 710 meters, which is very good. The Germans, of course, along with the allies, very much use radio systems in each of the tanks, which made them very, very formidable, and why the Germans were able to inflict so much damage and casualties to the Soviets during the Eastern Theater. Trying to think. If you're looking for any kind of weak spots, the engine I mentioned, 700 horsepower, it has a 20% chance of fire. It's kind of located in this frontal area here with its transmission. So if you hit it just right, you can put this thing on fire. And here's a look at the Silent Alliance emblem here on the tank. If you're looking for weaknesses, some of the common weaknesses naturally is going to be the lower front plate. If you try shooting anything up here, unless you have a tier 10 gun that has a ridiculous amount of penetration, you're not going to be able to pen up here. The front of the tank, turret, not so much there either. Obviously, the command cupola, you'll do a lot of damage. Here's observation, you should be able to do some damage. I believe in these little spots here, you can do some damage as well. Of course, anywhere in the side, back part of the turret, in both rear areas, you can inflict a lot of damage on here. This tank and this gun, it holds 42 rounds, and for me, I like to use 26 armor piercing, 16 high explosives. I don't really carry ACPR on here. With the way this gun reacts, it's not really needed. You can easily pen tier 9s, and if done right, most tier 10s. And plus, like 12 gold, 4,800 silver ACPR rounds. That's a lot. As far as consumables, I like to run small repair kit, small first aid, and manual fire extinguishers. As I said, this tank can get on fire quite consistently. Not necessarily easy, but it can get on fire, and it has a record of doing so. The only reasons I like to carry the repair and med kits for repair, depending on the battle, the circumstances. So for the repair kits, I'll repair the tracks to get out of the line of fire, especially if I'm 1 against 3-4 tanks. Repair the gun. If the gun's damaged, it will reduce accuracy. Repair the stowage, or where the ammo rack is. That way it's less of a chance of the tank being blown up by its own ammo. For the the med kit, usually it will be for the commander, because that will influence your crew quite a bit. For the driver, because if you lose your driver, that is going to slow you down very much. And for the gunner, lose the gunner, you're going to lose a lot of accuracy, and someone else in your crew is going to have to step up. Oh, another thing I forgot is the engine, to repair the engine with the small repair kit. Because you lose the engine, you lose a lot of horsepower and a lot of speed. And believe me, you do not want to be going 15 to 20 kmh in this thing with a damaged engine. You are just asking to get obliterated by Artie. So you look at crew, you have commander, you have a gunner, you have a driver, radio man, and 1 loader. As you can tell, I have some perks on them already.